My name is David Fleming from the Disciples Ignited YouTube channel, where we're focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now we're talking about revival outpourings that have taken place throughout church history, and today we want to bring to you an account that took place at the turn of the 20th century in Korea. Some church historians have called it the Korean Pentecost. Let me tell you about it. Well, it started in Korea in January of 1907, and it was based upon the prayers that had been prayed by many different Christian missionaries. Now, some Christian missionaries had heard of a revival that had taken place in Wales that we have talked about in previous videos. And they also heard about a revival movement that had taken place among the Welsh Presbyterian. And this set in their hearts a desire for God to do the very same thing in Korea. So what did they do? Well, they wisely set their hearts on a prayer pilgrimage, seeking God to pour out his Spirit in Korea as he had done in Wales. So in the winter of 1906, they began to do that. They began to pray fervently. Now let me read to you an account from church historian G.F. Waugh that wrote this. 1,500 representatives gathered for the annual New Year's Bible studies in which a spirit of prayer broke out. Now the leaders allowed everyone to pray aloud simultaneously as so many were wanting to pray, and that became a characteristic of Korean prayer meetings, everybody praying together. The meetings carried on day after day with confessions of sins, weeping and trembling. The heathen were astonished. The delegates of the New Year gathering returned to their churches, taking with them the spirit of prayer, which strongly impacted the churches of the nation with revival. Everywhere conviction of sin, confession, and restitution were common. Now, that's a wonderful account by G.F. Waugh, but what struck me so much was how he emphasized the fact that these Christian missionaries began to pray. And the spirit of prayer just broke out as they gathered together for their New Year's meeting. And they took back to their churches this spirit of prayer that really just swept this move of the Spirit throughout the churches and then throughout the nation. That gives me hope that as we continue to pray for revival, that God will do in our midst that which he has done throughout the nations, throughout history. He pours out his Spirit in answer to our prayers. So let's continue to pray, my friends, until God fulfills that which he has promised in Joel, that he will pour out his Spirit upon all people. That's why we're praying. And that's why we'll continue to pray. That we'll not just see pockets of revival taking place here and there, but we want to see a sweeping of his Spirit that is going to overtake the nations. So let's continue to pray until he does. We'll see you tomorrow.